Yo, what's up guys, Toby here from TechMeNow, and in this video, we are taking a look at the Dell XPS 139350. First of all, I do want to thank Dell for sending this review unit out to me, although I cannot keep it and my review will be super honest. So it comes in a simple black box with only the laptop, a few documents, and a charger. The version that I have right here is the one with the i7-6500U, 8 gigs of RAM, 520 graphics, 256 gig SSD, and the QHD Plus Touch Display, and that is 3200 by 1800 in resolution. The top and bottom is made out of aluminum, and on the inside there's carbon fiber with soft touch coating. And on the left hand side there's the charging port, a USB Type-C port, a USB Type-A port, a headphone jack, and a battery indicator. And on the right side there's a Kensington lock, a USB Type-A port, and an SD card reader. So let's get into the review. For this review, I stopped using my beefy setup and only used the XPS 13 for the entire test period, which was 2 weeks. But I of course went to my desktop when I needed to edit my videos. The Dell XPS 13 is right now the world's smallest 13-inch laptop thanks to the tiny bezels. And if you compare this laptop's dimensions to, let's say, an 11-inch MacBook Air, the XPS 13 is almost as small, but with a larger screen, and that's definitely an advantage. I often found myself sitting in the couch or in my bed when using the laptop, and the experience was great each time. Doing smaller tasks, such as browsing the web, checking emails, etc., was blazingly fast and did not slow down at any point. And watching movies and videos was awesome, thanks to the gorgeous 3200 by 1800 bezel-less display. Oh yes, the display. Its viewing angles are phenomenal, colors are vibrant and poppy, the small bezels make it a very immersive experience, and all of this combined makes it the best display I've ever seen, period. Although everything has its flaws, and here's the ones for this display. So because of the amazing display with over 4.4 million more pixels than HD, it draws a lot of power. So the display really brings the XPS 13 down in the battery department. But if you're that kind of person who values battery over the screen, Dell has a full HD option as well, and I would definitely recommend that if you're one of those people. The screen also has no anti-glare coating, so you will see a lot of glare when using the laptop outside or in direct sunlight. So if you're one of those people who likes to use their laptop outdoors, I would still purchase the full HD version as it actually does have anti-glare coating. Oh yeah, and my version has touch too. And I gotta say, it's a very nice add-on, but it isn't anything that I see myself using too much. The laptop is very light and portable, coming in at around 1.2 kilograms or 2.6 pounds. The aluminum body and chamfered edges really gives the XPS 13 a premium feel and look. And I also love the touch of carbon fiber on the inside. It's very soft and feels great when typing and using the touchpad. The display's hinges are pretty stiff, so you can't open it with one hand, and there's also really no point to grab onto when opening the laptop, so yeah, it can look a bit awkward at times. Typing on the keyboard is as expected, but it's doing a great job for being a laptop. I got used to it within a few hours, and now I type as fast as I do on my mechanical keyboard. It also has lighting behind the keys, and that's of course good for typing in the dark. And when you stop typing for a while, the keyboard's backlighting will fade out, and then when you start typing again, it will light up again. It's a nice touch to save battery. So I'm very pleased with the keyboard. In fact, I wrote this entire review on the Dell XPS 13. The trackpad is huge for such a small laptop, and I'm happy with it, although there are some apps that work worse than others. For example, two-finger scrolling works better in Edge than in Chrome, where it can be a little skippy at times. In terms of raw performance, it scored a 699 in Nova Bench, which is respectful for a laptop this size. I also tested it in 3D Mark Skydiver, where it got a score of 3661, which is decent for integrated graphics. And I also did some testing with playing games on the 520 graphics, and here are the results. Playing CSGO was surprisingly smooth. I set the quality to low and the resolution to 1080p and still had about 50 to 65 FPS, which is definitely playable. And then I tried some League of Legends and I was surprised again. The FPSs were over 100. So this is not an underpowered laptop, and I could definitely see people using this for light gaming as well as work and school related matters. The Wi-Fi performance was great. It was very stable at around 80 megabits per second on my 100 megabit per second network, and I did not face any problems with it whatsoever. So alright, all this gaming and power using, it must really eat up the battery, right? Yeah man, battery is not the best, although I do think that it is decent with this small form factor. So what I'm trying to say is that although it does not have the best battery life, that's expected with a laptop of this size and components. Especially the screen. So I got about 6 hours with normal use and 2 hours when playing games. So like I said before, go for the Full HD option if you want to have a better battery life. But do keep in mind that the Full HD option does not have Gorilla Glass, which makes it look a little bit less premium. But if you are not bothered with that, then go for it. Personally, I'm okay with the somewhat lower battery life in exchange for a better screen. So in terms of connectivity, the XPS 13 has it figured out. 2 USB Type-A ports, a headphone jack, an SD card reader, and a USB Type-C port. You can use the USB Type-C port with Dell's adapter to get even more connections like Ethernet, HDMI, USB, and more. The webcam is located at the bottom of the display, which will look pretty weird, like you're staring at something in the distance, but in fact you're just looking at the screen. The webcam is 720p, and I mean, it looks fine. It's just the placement that bothers me, but of course they have no place up top because of the super thin bezels. The speakers are not front facing, but I still think that they are pretty punchy and have some bass to them. I like the speakers because they sound clear and not tinny like other speakers, but once again it's just the placement that is maybe not the best. Alright, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. So in conclusion, the Dell XPS 13 offers a versatile laptop with a premium feel and premium components, all in a small but powerful package. Its battery life may not be appealing to some customers, but they can be pleased to know that there is a Full HD option which will significantly increase the battery performance. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button if you liked the video. Also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.